All right, well, the internet is full of the weirdest, strangest trends where people of all places come together and come up with these wild and crazy ideas. And lately, the craziest idea is if a person or 100 people could take on a gorilla. Now, it's worth mentioning there are several types of gorillas, and there is many different types of great apes. But mostly what people would want to think of with is the biggest of them, the silverback gorilla, the eastern lowland gorilla, the massive beasts that we've come to know. Now, most of the great apes are pound for pound stronger than the average human, and that has to do with the type of muscle fibers they possess. Their muscles are designed for fast, powerful movements. In contrast, humans have slower twitch fibers, which are better for endurance type activities. And humans, of course, are apes. We are a part of this family of creatures, but we're designed for much different things. Now, in terms of whether or not a 1v1 battle between a human and ape would actually be fair or not, definitely it depends on the type of human we're talking about. If you're talking about just some scrawny little dude who barely has ever lifted weights, yes, the gorilla is going to have a massive advantage. But say you have someone who has the advantages of, say, the Mountain from Game of Thrones, it's going to have a difference. So certainly we have to take into account what humans are taking on what apes. So we're talking here, an average fit male versus average fit, non-sickly silverback gorilla. The gorilla's gonna win every single time. And of course, the question always comes to 100 people. Now, 100 people pictured is quite a bit of people. And of course, our human ability to work together in groups is what made us so successful in the first place. It has enabled us to conquer the world, essentially. But it's highly debatable with morale how many people running at a gorilla, how long they would last, and how long before they would just run in cowardice after a few of them started getting thrashed around. But in my opinion, if 100 people work together as one common goal, they're using their body weight. Yes, some of them may die along the way, but if every one of those 100 people were determined, we could beat the gorilla. It would happen. Just the sheer weight volume of it. But when it came to people just, running away and scared after they were being beaten up, yes, the gorilla might actually be able to win that one. Unlike large predators like bears and tigers that people have fantasized about fighting, the thing is that the gorilla has no claws and teeth to rip away at them. Sure, they've got their giant inner teeth, but they're mostly likely to just punch, hit, throw people, and they're not so much living weapons as large carnivores. Now, this is a battle that will never happen because people would get hurt very badly attempting it. And another thing to consider is that gorillas are not evil creatures. They're animals themselves, and they just want to live and be happy. And they may not even want to fight 100 people. They may just back away and not want to risk the thing. Every animal on earth is going to just prefer not to get hurt. They'll only fight if they have to. And that's another thing to consider here too, is that gorillas are nice creatures. They're not evil. Yeah, sometimes they have unpredictable behavior, but as Harambe taught us, is that sometimes these animals just want to live happy, peaceful lives, and they don't want to fight a human or 100 humans. So in conclusion, 1v1 pound for pound silverback gorilla on an average man, yes, it's gonna win. 100 people, if they were determined enough, working together, could probably take down a gorilla, knock it unconscious. or, physically destroy it. But, this is a very interesting thing because there's so many factors in it. 100 mountains from the Game of Thrones could easily take on a gorilla. Hell, maybe even a couple of them. But you know what? It's a battle that just really will never be fought. And you know what? It's something that probably shouldn't, because gorillas are highly endangered and precious creatures a part of Earth. We shouldn't think about hurting gorillas. We should think about helping gorillas and enabling them to live peaceful, happy lives. Because at the end of the day, we are gorillas as well.